Metaphysics is the study of the universe and reality. Philosophers see metaphysics as an attempt to identify the science of being. It is the study of the immaterial substance that constitutes the very nature of the universe, that maps the structures of all there is. The rationalists provide scientific knowledge for the nature of reality, and the empiricists believe that all we know is derived purely from sensory content. Kant claimed that all human knowledge involves the interplay of concepts innate to the human cognitive faculties and the raw data of sense experience. Logic is the study of laws of thought, correct reasoning, valid inference, and logical truth. It is a formal science that investigates how conclusions follow from premises in a topic in a neutral manner. It is the inquiry into the nature of various logical formal systems. A formal system is an abstract structure and formalization of axiomatic systems used for deducting, using rules of inference, theorems from axioms, by a set of inference rules. The study of logic involves questions about how logic is to be defined and how different logical systems are connected to each other. Aesthetics is a study of art and beauty. It is an attempt to answer the questions of what is art and what is beauty. Hume argues that the important thing about art is its agreeableness and the pleasure we derive from it, and this is a matter of our sentiments and not intrinsic nature. Aesthetic preferences are expressions of the taste of the observer and are thus subjective. Artistic tastes do differ greatly, yet most people tend to admire the same great masterpieces in music, paintings, literature, and architecture. What is the relationship between art and truth? Should artistic expression ever be censored? These are some of the questions to be discussed as we consider aesthetic experience and the expression in which art, music, dance, film, and other forms derive from. Perfection is the measure of heaven, and the wish to be perfect the measure of man. Gutcha. Ethics is the study of morality and how one should live life, based on principles and moral code, rules and values. It is used to study virtue and the ideal human behavior. When people consider matters of ethics, they usually are considering matters about freedom in regard to personal choices, obligations to other sentient beings, or judgments of human character. Normative ethics is the common standard of morality in society. Ethics also play a role in how we think about free will and if we behave morally because of care or because of law. Care-based versus justice-based reasoning depends on how we feel about virtue and its value. Ethics, however, form part of our real day-to-day life when we are confronted with moral dilemmas involving egotism, utilitarianism, sentimentalism. The purpose of ethics is to apply it to practical situations in your way of reasoning in order to benefit yourself and the rest of the world. Epistemology is the study of knowledge and how we acquire knowledge, and belongs to the main parts of philosophy. Its central questions include the origin of knowledge, the place and experience of generating knowledge, and the place of reason of doing so. Being a philosopher is asking questions like what is truth? Is knowledge based on senses or reason? And what are the limits to knowledge? And is our existence based on our perception or being? Ontology is a formal description of knowledge as a set of concepts within a domain and the relationship that hold between them. On the broader scale, ontology is the philosophical study of being, which includes all of reality and every entity within it. It examines the commonalities and differences and how entities are divided into classes and categories. The philosophy of politics is based on the reflections on universal political values that are regarded as essential to a just state. The oldest approach to the study of politics is philosophical, and its aim is to help people think more deeply about the important theoretical concepts and political problems. It analyzes, criticizes, and defends all major political ideologies like libertarianism, socialism, and conservatism based on a set of principles including well being, freedom, autonomy, equality, and justice. Philosophy of political science also includes the procedures of governance, like its constitutions, rule of law, representation, and majority rule. Political science includes the systematic analysis of power relations in relation to local, national, and global spheres of life, with the goal of understanding political ideologies, the behavior of relevant social actors and governmental institutions, and the capacity to engage as responsible citizens. This also includes understanding the international economy from a political perspective and globalization, as well as current issues dealing with finance, the environment, and third world development. The word noetic comes from the ancient Greek word nous, meaning an intelligent principle of the world, and the divine reasoning regarded in Neoplatonism as the first emanation of God. It is the exploration of the interconnectedness of consciousness, an energy not limited by space and time. In noetic science, consciousness is the most basic component of reality. In a philosophical perspective, noetic science is the combination of empiricism and idealism with scientific study and experiments. The Institute of Noetic Science was founded by former Apollo 14 astronaut Dr. Edgar Mitchell. The Institute does practical studies on the power of mind, individuality, and the collective influence on the manifestation of material phenomena. The role of consciousness and awareness in leaders, the causal connection between belief and experience, and the use of intuitive faculty in business problems and solving and decision making.